Yo, this is Jay from Straight Smoke Gaming, and in today's video, we're bringing you a post-Week 6 NFL Power Rankings. As you guys know, this is a new series here this year that me and Orb started. At the end of every week, we go through and do Power Rankings based on how the team played, injuries, a whole bunch of other things. These do change week from week. This is a list that me and Orb both came up with, and we will have the shifting from the weeks previous. So, starting off here, we're going to go 32 through 39. You got the Carolina Panthers. That's exactly where they were last week. The Panthers, they're not good. They did get the win this week, but the offense did not look good. Bryce Young really didn't look good either. They won against the beat-up Saints, so cool, it was a division game, but I definitely think the Panthers are by far still the worst team in the NFL. At 31, we got the Jacksonville Jaguars. They dropped one spot. The Jags, they're just not good. Trevor Lawrence hasn't played good all year. Then injuries, Kirk's done for the year, or maybe it's not the year, but he has a broken collarbone. He's out an extended period of time. This team's just not performing well. I don't know if it's the coaching. I don't know if it's the players, but the Jacksonville Jaguars are just not good. At 30, you got the New Orleans Saints. They are down one spot from last week, and we can really look to injuries for the main part, in my opinion, for the Saints not doing well. I mean, you lost your wide receiver 1 to concussions about every other week. You lost your wide receiver 2. You lost your starting quarterback. Your offensive line is banged up. Your defense is banged up. The Saints just really have had a rough go this year. And at 29, you got the Tennessee Titans. They move up 2 spots. They got a win over the New England Patriots this week. The Titans, they're interesting. I don't really think they're as bad as their record is, but something's just not really clicking. At 28, I got the Patriots. That's exactly where they were last week. You might be asking, how are the Patriots above the Titans, even though the Titans beat them? Patriots played pretty well. I mean, they ended up losing in overtime. Drake May came in a couple weeks ago, and he's been starting, and he's looked really good. He's got the Patriots offense looking a lot better than what it did under Brissett, so I'm not going to bump them down or move them up. They're sitting at 28. At 27, you got the Cleveland Browns. They dropped one spot. Browns, they last week looked really well with Jameis at quarterback. This week, not so much. They got a loss to the Chargers. Now, the Chargers are a good team. I do think they are one of the lesser good teams, I guess you could say. They're definitely not on the same tier with the Ravens, Chiefs, Lions, Vikings. So, I mean, if you're going to beat a good team like you did last week with the Ravens, you should probably put up a better fight against the Chargers, in my opinion. So they drop one spot. The Raiders, they also drop one spot. The Raiders, same thing. They're just not good. I don't know if it's coaching. I know they fired a lot of their coaches this week. I don't know if it's coaching. I don't know if it's the players, what it is. The Raiders just aren't good. So that's why they're at 26. And the Giants, they drop one spot. Same thing. The Giants, they're just not good. I don't really like Daniel Jones. I think that's the main reason the team's not that good. 24, you got the New York Jets. They move up 3 spots. The Jets, they're weird. They go through this cycle of everyone talks about how they're bad and how Aaron Rodgers is washed, and then they come out and play good, and they make you think that they have a chance. But when you're sitting here looking at the record, I believe they're 2-6. This team's not good in a division with the Bills. You're essentially running yourself out of the chance at the division, and it's going to be hard to win a wild card at 2-6 right now. So they're sitting at 24, but they do move up 3 spots from last week. At 23, you got the Miami Dolphins. They are lateral from where they were last week, not moving up or down anywhere in the rankings. And they had a pretty good game against the Bills. This is a team that is starting to get healthy. The offense is looking better with Tua, and they were in it against the Bills. The Bills, you'll see they're a top 10 team. So if you're going to be in it close, I believe they lost by 3. Good game for the Dolphins. At 22, you got the Indianapolis Colts. They've dropped one spot. They did lose after the quarterback change from Richardson to Flacco. The team's just not good. The defense is not good this year. Run defense is really bad. At 21, you got the Arizona Cardinals. They go up one spot. They got a win over the Bears. Good win. At 20, you got the Dallas Cowboys. They drop one spot with the injury to Dak Prescott. That is definitely going to move them. And they also got the loss between coaching and just injuries in the team and how they're playing. This team really is not good, in my opinion. 19, you got the Chicago Bears. They dropped 2 spots. I don't know what's going on with the Bears, but there needs to be some sort of culture switch. I don't know if DJ Moore's just toxic, but I've seen there was this one play. Caleb Williams was running around, play was going on. DJ Moore just walked off the field. So the Bears, they're not good. I don't know if it's the coaching. I don't know if players aren't buying into Caleb Williams. But hey, The Bears are sitting at 19. They got a loss this week. They dropped 2 spots. At 18, Denver Broncos dropped 2 spots. They had a hard game this week against the Ravens. It's not really their fault. They were probably supposed to lose that game. But, I mean, if you lose, I'm going to justify moving you down the rankings, especially because they did get blown out. At 17, you got the Cincinnati Bengals. They move up 1 spot. They played the Raiders, but it was a convincing win. Jamar Chase was kind of silent in the game. Chase Brown looked really good. Joe Burrow also looked really good. At 16, you got the Los Angeles Rams. They move up 4 spots from last week. This team's starting to get healthy again. They get a big divisional win against the Seahawks. Hey, the Rams, they're still technically in a chance for the division. The NFC West this year is not as good as it has been in recent years. It is still really competitive because none of the teams are really good. At 15, the Seattle Seahawks, that's exactly where they were last week. Now, if you wanted to say you want the Rams above them, sure, I'd say that too. This was a close game. It was an overtime game. So I do think that we had to move the Rams up because they played really well. But I don't think we have to necessarily move the Seahawks back. They are missing their wide receiver 1. If DK plays, who knows? Maybe they end up winning. At 14, you got the Green Bay Packers. They dropped 2 spots. Jordan Love did not look good. He was limping around. I don't think he should have been out there. I think they had a bad loss to the Lions divisional game. And honestly, based on what Jordan Love was doing, if you have Malik Willis out there, who knows, maybe you have a better chance to win because Love did not look healthy. He really didn't look like he could play. At 13, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they dropped 3 spots. No surprise there. I mean, they playing the Chiefs. They put up a pretty good fight. They needed overtime, but this team's really banged up with Godwin and Evans both being hurt. At 12, you got the Los Angeles Chargers. They move up 2 spots. Sure, it was a win against the Browns. Nothing impressive there, as we have the Browns as a bottom team in the rankings. But hey, they got the win. We're going to keep moving them up. I mean, if you win, I got to keep moving you up. I mean, they're playing well. The run game looks really good for the Chargers. They're starting to get a little bit better with the pass game. 11, you got the San Francisco 49ers. They're staying exactly where they were last week. No move up or down. They had a bye week. Didn't really do anything to move themselves up. Didn't really do anything to move themselves down. If anything, with McCaffrey coming back, you might be able to justify them moving up. At 11, you got the Houston Texans. They dropped 5 spots. I know they're injured. Joe Mixon's been playing really well. You got to beat the Jets on Thursday Night Football. They didn't. They're dealing with a lot of injuries. The wide receiver 1 and 2 are both hurt. So that's ultimately why we moved them down. Also with the loss to the Jets. At 9, you got the Atlanta Falcons. They move up 4 spots. They got a win over the Dallas Cowboys. Kirk looked good. Bijan Robinson looked good. Drake London did get hurt. I do not know the extent of his injury, but hey, overall, this team looked really well this week. At 8, you got the Pittsburgh Steelers, exactly where they were last week. They had a bye week. Didn't really do anything to move themselves up or down. They didn't really do much, in my opinion, on the free agency, on the trade deadline. They made a couple moves, nothing too big though. So yeah, they're gonna stay at 8. At 7, you got the Philadelphia Eagles. They move up 2 spots. Saquon Barkley looked really good. Jalen Hurts looked really good. Devontae Smith looked really good. This offense is looking better and better every week that they play. I'm not too sure about the defense. I didn't really watch much of the game, but overall, this Eagles team, they're getting better. So hopefully they can kind of get on a roll here, getting ready for playoffs. At 9, you got the Buffalo Bills moving up 1 spot. The Bills, they got the win, close win, but it was a division win, so we're going to move them up 1. Josh Allen played good. They keep getting wins, so we got to keep moving them up the list. At number 5, we got the Minnesota Vikings. They move up 1 spot. They got a win over the Indianapolis Colts. Good to get a win after the tough loss against the Rams the week before with that face mask. So, hey, bouncing back and getting a win like that is important. At number 4, Baltimore Ravens, exactly where they were last week. They got a win. The main reason they're not moving up is just because these other teams ahead of them also won, and they're still some of the top teams in football. I think if you wanted to argue 2 through 4, you got an argument. At number 3, you got the Washington Commanders. Like I said, they got the win. Jane Daniels looked good. Scary Terry, 2 receptions, 2 touchdowns, I believe it was. Not that many yards, but hey, getting in the end zone twice, that's all that matters. Detroit Lions, good win against the Green Bay Packers. They're sitting at number 2, not moving anywhere. And at number 1, you got the Kansas City Chiefs. They keep winning. They're undefeated. can't really justify moving them down until they get a loss in my book. So those are your top 4 teams. Like I was saying, if you wanted to move the Lions back and the Ravens up or the Commanders back, I'm fine with any of that. The only thing that is really undisputed, in my opinion, here is the Kansas City Chiefs. They are starting to get DeAndre Hopkins involved more. We've seen DeAndre Hopkins, I believe, had 2 touchdowns. He had a really big catch on, I don't know what down it was, but it was in triple coverage. He just went up and beat people. And, I mean, now that Mahomes has that and he's got good quarterback play along with Kelsey, finally playing as what he was last year, this team's looking a lot more scary every week. But, I mean, who knows, with this Patrick Mahomes injury, that could change next week. If Mahomes isn't there, this might be a whole new look team. So, like I was saying, this is all opinion-based, so go ahead and comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know where you think some of these teams should be. But when it comes to this video, that's all we got. So if you enjoyed, please remember to like and sub for more Madden content. We'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.